So first of all, we're going to hear from Chrisvee from Malaysia, followed by Lukasz from the Czech Republic. We're going to take a short break, but you don't need to leave because Jakob, who is going to co-host today with me, Jakob, if you could just turn on your camera so we can see the lovely Jakob, is going to be here through the break time. And Jakob is one of our most important team members as well, along with Alice, and he helps us expand our reach and engage with more young people around the world. At 2 o'clock, we'll be hearing from Cherry from South Korea, Laura from the Dominican Republic, and then Mariana from Armenia, and last but never least, Tanasha from the Philippines. So I'm now going to ask Chrisvee to come on stage. So Chrisvee, if you could please put your video on. I can see that you're here, and I'm hoping. And I'm going to teach you all a little saying that we have when we do online GSL on events, which is it's about connection, not perfection. So all of these young people are coming to you from around the world. Wi-Fi isn't always the best thing on every single part of the world. And it's also important to remember that a lot of them, this is not their first language that they'll be delivering in. And I'm telling you now, and Jakob can second this, if I was to deliver in Polish, you wouldn't be very impressed. And I have to say, I'm blown away by every single young person who has said yes to this experience and how brave they're being. So Chrisvee, I'm now going to hand over to you so you can talk to us about achieving zero hunger through plant-based food.
Hello everyone, I am Chrisvee Neville. I am from Kuninga Vocational College, Sabah, Malaysia. My goal is to help tackle hunger, which is the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, Zero Hunger. No one in this world should remain hungry. No one should worry about food. Everyone should be able to get the nutrition that their body requires, and this requires us to practice sustainable agriculture. I feel bad sometimes that in Malaysia, serving large proportion of food in every occasion like wedding, meeting and parties and holiday gathering, a lot of this food is not eaten. It ends up becoming food waste when there are too many people out there are starving. This data from Zero Waste Malaysia show that 16,988 tons of food are wasted in Malaysia on daily basis, and this food is enough to feed 12 million people a day. What makes it worse is that there are 900,000 Malaysians who were hungry in the past years, and I believe the number is higher now. Malaysia's food waste on daily basis is more than enough to feed the people who are starving in the country every day. As a Malaysian, I feel guilty sometimes, and I wish that I can do something to eliminate hunger in the country. On every single day, could you imagine that almost 1 billion people are starving? These data were taken from the time before the pandemic. It might have got worse when the pandemic struck. Low-income nations, especially in Africa, suffer the most and the most vulnerable group. Children all over the world are badly affected that millions of them die every year. I suggest vegan diet since it is a climate-friendly way of life. If majority of the world population switch to vegan diet or at least consume less meat, we will be able to make a major impact in creating agricultural system that is more sustainable and provide enough food for everyone. Vegan diet will free more space for crop growth for humans to consume. Most of our land is used to raise livestock. It will allow crop production for direct human consumption without the need to feed livestock, and finally, it will help to lower food price so more people can afford basic food. It is believed that growing crops for direct human consumption will increase available food calorie by up to 70%, and these crops are enough to feed an additional 4 billion people to the current population of 8 billion people. This will help to provide us enough food for the next decades where population will continue to grow. If we practice plant-based diet, then we will have less animals or livestock to raise, which means most of our plant food will be consumed directly by us humans. As for now, around 36% of crops that we grow are used to feed animals that we raise for consumption. If we switch to vegan diet or diet that relies less on meat, it will drive the price of food to its lowest, and this will enable us to create enough food supply that people can afford, especially in countries that are less affluent. As a culinary arts student at a local vocational college, my team and I once created meat-like nugget from tofu. Tofu is made from soybean, which means it is considered a plausible protein substitute for us. We were able to create vegan nugget that taste like fried chicken, look like it, smell like it, and felt like fried chicken. We hope that we can commercialize our own product one day or at least promote this practice among the community. This is the video of me making the vegan nugget. It is actually very easy, and I am sure with better technology and equipment, anyone can just make their own meat substitutes. We believe this vegan nugget can help to feed low-income families and anyone can learn to prepare it. In fact, we can create many food products that are entirely based on plants without using any ingredient that contain any element from animal. I am not telling you to go fully vegan now, since I know it is a big decision and it might be a challenging process. However, we can start with small changes in our daily routine like going for leisure and leisure meat-based meals. In fact, you can always try Meatless Monday. It is a day in a week, Monday of course, where you don't eat any meat-based food. You will enjoy the variety of plant-based food. You can go endless with your options. Trust me, you will beg for more meatless meal. I know Malaysians love to eat fritter for breakfast, noodle or rice for lunch and dinner, and curry is our favorite recipe. We can absolutely substitute this with food that is purely made of plant. We can always eat vegetable roll, or known as popia in Malaysia, instead of the usual one that contain chicken, beef, or shrimp for our breakfast. As for noodle, there are brand of noodle available in our markets that are made of various type of vegetables. You name it, pumpkin, spinach, or carrot. The shape and the appearance are just like our plain noodle, but they are colorful, more nutritious, and I am sure they are tasty. You can always eat this for lunch or dinner. You can substitute the typical chicken or beef that you use in any recipe with the tofu nugget I have just shown to you. Trust me, they taste just like the usual chicken, and if you serve them with curry, it still tastes like curry chicken. What are you waiting for? You can replace all of your daily meals and snacks with plant-based food, and you can start going vegan for a day in a week. You will gradually fall in love with this new dietary lifestyle. Save your body and save the environment. My idol, Billie Eilish, is a vegan. She is not a bad guy after all. Duh. She can be the role model to us all. If Billie Eilish can do it, I am sure us, her big fans, can do it too. For those who don't know, Billie Eilish is a teen star and a lot of young people love her. She symbolized the voice of the younger generation in which youth serve as the heart of a community. If we want to change a community, we educate and empower the youth to be the change maker. That is why Billie Eilish, a popular teen idol, can influence young people to make a better decision and choose a better way of doing things, including to eat less meat or to stop consuming it all. Be vegan, be victorious. Thank you for listening.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for this presentation. I must say, like, I'm super inspired by all the, all the data that you've provided, all the education. So I would like to thank you so much. If there's any questions, we're probably going to have time for 1 or 2 questions. So if you have any, please add them to the Q&A or the chat. As you are typing away, I must say that, when you mentioned about the changes in the diet, and I think what's to link to the creative bravery, I feel that it's very brave to offer something like that when you know that your culture is very, meat-based, for instance. So you've mentioned, like, in the morning, the different roles. I must say, in my culture in Poland, we eat quite a lot of meat, and I think it takes a bit of bravery to talk about, getting rid of